former President Trump in the case surrounding his handling of classified documents, accusing him of asking an employee to delete security camera footage at his Florida estate, allegedly to obstruct the federal investigation into sensitive national security documents brought to Mar-a-Lago. The updated federal indictment also adding an additional defendant, Carlos de Oliveira, described as a maintenance worker at Mar-a-Lago. It comes on the same day that three sources tell NBC News the special counsel's office told former President Trump's attorneys to expect an indictment in the case centering on the deadly January 6th Capitol attack and efforts to overturn the 2020 election. That would be the third and in many ways the most serious case against the former president.
We have the script that they're using to get our attention around LeBron James' son. In Israel, there's talks about a civil war set to happen, which makes sense, being that they're waiting for the Messiah. So chaos in that land should be expected. There are so many different things happening right before our eyes, and we cannot be distracted.
Hey, y'all know Putin just forgave a lot of African states' debt. And they out there going crazy right now, too.
So it's really hard to tell. I mean, everything from who's actually in charge here. You saw this video last night that you mentioned that included a bunch of different military leaders. So there was a cross-section of people from the National Guard, the Army, even the Special Operations Forces, and even someone from the Presidential Guard, who are the initial group who took the president into custody or detention yesterday at the presidential palace. But it's still not clear who's actually in charge here. And I will say, the curfew has just gone into effect here. It does seem tonight that it's that more people are abiding by it than what we saw even just last night. That's what this group announced, a curfew nationwide, ground stop of all air traffic, civilian and military aircraft, that's all aircraft. And they closed the borders for at least a week or so, but it's not really clear if that even can be extended. So today, here in the Capitol, what we know is that unlike the protests yesterday, which were really focused around the presidential palace area and seemed to be people who were protesting the president's detention, today the protests first of all, were much bigger. They were around the National Assembly, which is not too far from there, but not in the direct area of the palace area. And they seem to be protesting against the democratically elected president and in favor of this ruling military group. They were a lot more fired up. They set a lot of cars on fire. There was smoke in the air here today for some time. And many of them were unfurling Russian flags. Not really clear why that is. We've spoken with officials here for several days now. There's no indication.
What y'all think they're trying to do? This is my mind, right? Putin probably forgave Zimbabwe, a couple Saudis. They forgave the debt, right? So they can eliminate the American presence. That's just my thought. Let's keep watching, though. Let's keep watching.
That Wagner is behind this at this point. But, we also know that Vladimir Putin held this Russia-Africa summit today, and one of the things they talked about was whether Russia would be able to somehow help to restore calm here. I will say, the streets here right now have quieted down, probably because of the curfew, but there's no sense of any kind of real uprising except for over where the protests have been.
Courtney, do you have a sense of our military presence? Does it disappear if it appears President Trump is not going to retain power?
So this is the big question. If we start hearing the U.S. talk about this as a coup or a military coup, that triggers this U.S. law that will immediately force them to stop providing most of the aid. Now, a lot of that will include U.S. military training this year, and that's why we're here. So we came to see how the U.S. military is working with the Nigerian military to fight this growing presence of terror networks. Not just in Niger here, but sort of in this whole West Africa, including coastal West Africa area. And you mentioned Niger as a linchpin. The reason for that is a lot of the two main groups they really converge on this area here. It's an ISIS affiliate, an Al-Qaeda affiliate. The Nigerian military has really to the U.S. in trying to combat that terror network. The concern here is if this is a military coup, if the president, a democratically elected president, is actually ousted, a lot of that aid and a lot of this military presence here is going to end by law.
But we
It's a
also
U.S.
need to look at everything
forces
with a biblical mindset.
in Niger.
So I want
It's
to
restricted movement, which means they not doing nothing out there.
We're also making sure it is understood how
My
to
bro
approach these
was in the
things
army,
with a
so
biblical mindset. If you do not watch video one that explains the script that they're running, please make sure to watch that now. It's important that we all stay focused, that we all stay ready. Let's begin. Okay, so in that last video,
right, and exactly what he said. Which I reason, which I believe, the reason why he showed the photo of the different colored people, the different races. I mean, let's be real. There's some things that we may not know what's going on that may be out of our control when it comes to these elites. But listen, we all in this together. We all in this same boat. Like, it may not be a yacht or nothing, right? We all probably gotta, you know what I'm saying? We all gotta, with our pedals or whatnot, but we all in this boat together at this point, because it's gonna get crazier. But let's continue. There's something new on that. Let's evaluate it from a live perspective. Live for live.
talk about politics and the financial system. But there are other things that are happening right before our eyes as well that we cannot afford to ignore. The first thing I want to talk about, please do not ignore what is going on with the weather. As I have explained before in my video about climate change, the events that are prophesied to happen in the book of Revelation will be communicated to the masses as a result from climate change, not from judgment of God. People aren't going to say, this is happening because the Most High is angry with the world. That's not what people are going to be saying. They're going to be talking about climate change. And you can see today that people are fully on board with believing. All these events that deal with the weather will all be used to justify their position to bring more control over the world. Climate change will be a main driver of control in the new world being built. So you just can't ignore these events as just weather. Pay attention to what's going on. And depending on where you live, be ready for some kind of major disaster. The reason I say this is because of what is currently happening and has been happening, it seems, for a month now. Right now, they're speaking about this heat wave.
The record heat wave growing more dangerous.
Oh yeah, the other day they get that bitch like 114, 114 degrees.
It's growing deadlier
Big hot boy.
Died this week after striking from Death Valley and 100
Shoes was sticking to the pavement, y'all.
Still in stock.
Vegas, that's Arizona.
On edge as tens of thousands flock to this weekend's Rolling Loud Music Festival amid a 42-day streak of a 100-plus degree heat index. We just got in the game, y'all. It was so hot. And in Phoenix, where it got above 110 for the third
Man, I ain't going
row,
to
water stations set up to combat dehydration. The misery now heading to the Midwest and the Plains. Dallas could hit 104. Also in the bullseye, Minneapolis is expected to reach 99, and in Kansas City, Missouri, a steamy 97.
Should just be like a big ass party at this time, so people just go to the club for that shit. And I don't even do that.
Last night, defending their game against the Mets. Take a look at this. Stunned fans rushed down the ballpark staircase. And 1 week after floods rushed into a Philadelphia suburb, as this summer of severe weather continues to claim lives.
Christina joins us from Houston. Priscilla, we're not just talking about more days of record heat, but rather weeks.
Jose, that's right. Temperatures here in the south and across the southeast and west are forecast
in Houston.
Well above
that's a 20-second.
August.
Please don't ignore this. To me, this seems like this heat wave will be the scapegoat for something greater. Be prepared for a massive weather-related event to occur over these next few months.
Man, I'm for sure of it. I'm more than sure they're
I would
going to do
expect the
something.
heat to be a major scapegoat for a major hurricane or a problem with the power grid. Let's look at something else. Now, I have made different videos in regards to the fourth industrial revolution.
I'm gonna put y'all on game who bruh is. Who is he? Let's be it. It says Zoom in there. His name is Truth Unedited. I believe that's who brother is. Yes, so I want to go follow Cuz, subscribe to Cuz. You know where to go.
Are inconsequential and far off. You are not paying enough attention. We already see that Whole Foods is implementing the pay with your hand technology at all the stores.
Soon you will be able to pay for groceries at every Whole Foods in the U.S. with just a swipe of your hand. Amazon says that the pay by
The
phone
whole
technology
swipe
will be
thing
at
is
all
just
of locations nationwide by the end of the year.
crazy to
Customers
me.
just have to hover their
Palm
hand over the
scanning
device to
technology
pay.
coming to
This
all
method is already
Whole
being used
Foods
at
in the
200 Whole
U.S.
Foods locations across 20 states, and you can also find it in other places, stores like Panera Bread.
They are just doing this to soften up the public for the coming World ID that everyone seems to be completely unaware of. What happened this week to be more widely known.
World
For the
ID.
most
That's
part,
a
the
digital
national
ID,
rules
or
are being kept in the dark.
hey,
Sam Altman.
hey, write down in the comments. I don't know. Some of you probably have. Man, no, man, I ain't even gonna say it like that. Who gonna get a digital ID? You gonna get a digital ID? You gonna get the thing in your hand? Would you get the thing in your hand? I'm looking. Hey, I'm talking to me just as much as I'm talking to y'all. I already know what I'm saying to myself. No, for real. Would y'all get the thing in your hand? Digital ID.
CEO of OpenAI, co-founder of ChatGPT, launched a new project called
Sam
just
Altman.
this week. As we see on their website, World ID, a more human internet with global proof of personhood, privacy first, self-custodial, decentralized. Get your World ID. You remember my video on Web3, speaking of Web3 completely, but let's not lose focus. Basically, what we are seeing is that the creators of artificial intelligence are solving the problems they created by making a world identification system to prove you are not artificial intelligence. Look at what they say on the site. World ID is a new privacy-first decentralized identity protocol. It enables seamless sign-in to websites, mobile apps, and crypto data, while proving you're a unique and real person without sharing personal data like names, emails, etc. They literally want you to prove that you're a real human being. World ID supports multiple types of personhood verification. At launch, this includes phone number verification for easy access to anyone with a smartphone, and orb biometric verification for extreme accuracy.
Now, would you be willing to provide a scan of your eye in order to get hold of new cryptocurrency? That is what is required to authenticate your identity if you want to use WorldCoin, a new form of digital money that has just been launched. It's the brainchild of Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. The scanners look like this. The company says they are necessary because AI is making
what the day is? The 3rd, August 3rd, 2023.
Digital identity has been an open problem since the invention of the internet. Even today, more than 50% of the world's population doesn't have a verifiable legal ID. As we venture into the exciting new age of artificial intelligence, solving proof of personhood is more important than ever.
They want to know everybody in America at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Fairly distribute the benefits.
That's what that's about.
And know who and what to trust online. WorldCoin aims to address this in a privacy-first, self-sovereign, and decentralized way.
That's probably why they'll have to reset everything, because just to get everybody in, just trick them. That's what I believe, but it ain't gonna work.
One way to think about World ID is as a global digital passport that lives locally on its holder's phone.
That's my thought, man. Just opinion, just me ranting, you know what I mean?
The holder can use it to prove that they're a real, unique person without sharing personal data using zero-knowledge proofs. Here, do you see what is here now? What I'm trying to show you is that the world is coming together, introducing the new technology for the coming new system. This is Web3. I spoke about this in depth already. They are putting everything for this new system in place. It's all here. They have been talking about digital ID for a long time now. The World Economic Forum has been talking about this agenda for over 4 years.
Why is the World Economic Forum bothering the digital identity? Why are we looking at
That's
it?
annual meeting in 2019.
So, over 60% of the global GDP
Aw,
is
look at
expected to
that.
be digitized
February
by
5th.
2022. More
That's
and
my
more
baby
people,
birthday.
businesses,
For my
devices,
stepdaughter.
and things are interacting online.
For my old
Their
stepdaughter.
digital identity
Guess if you can
sits
say
at the
that.
heart
I still look at her as my kid. If need be, if she
how
came to me that way,
use digital
she needed me,
identity
bruh.
would
So be it.
determine how people are represented online, what opportunities they have access to, what or who is
That's her
trusted
birthday for
online.
sure,
So
man.
it's quite a foundational role
I'll
that
never
identity
forget that
plays
shit. I
in
was
digital
around for a long
economies and
time.
society, and so one needs to shape it thoughtfully.
I've been explaining this
I hope
agenda
she's
in
doing
multiple ways
good.
for some time. When discussing the metaverse, digital currency, the fourth industrial revolution, Web 3, artificial intelligence, this is all of it. I've spoken on this topic many different times in different
And we
ways.
gonna evaluate those
The new
videos
economy
too.
that comes
But I
after the
do.
collapse of the current world order will be a completely digital one where they are bringing us into the internet.
You
That's
know
what
it.
Web 3 is. It's a completely digital economy that is run online. They want to bring the whole world into the system where everyone is monitored and tracked. And for those of us with the slightest bit of discernment, you can see how this will be moving to the most.
I can't believe you stayed with his hand. Like you just threw it with your hand up, and you're good to go. But that's crazy.
The World Digital ID is just a part of this agenda. And for people who like to call these things conspiracy theories, or these agendas are not for today but for tomorrow, you have been proved completely wrong because they just rolled it out this week, and this is from a major company, OpenAI. In fact, you probably didn't know that they have already rolled this technology out in some test case countries just so they can get a feel of how it all works. The small country of Estonia was one of the first countries to test this 4 years ago.
We are in Tallinn, the capital of Estonia. The Baltic country is home to 1.3 million people and one of the most advanced digital societies in the world. From e-residency to online voting to national ID cards, we're here to see how Estonia
Oh, yeah, they already on it, y'all.
countries looking to go digital.
And yeah, now after they have a good handle on it, they are allowing companies to come out or roll this out to get us conditioned to this when things really start to change. This rollout happened this week without a lot of fanfare because it's not time for the masses to be fully brought in. But understand, they want everyone in the world to have a world ID in order to transact on the internet. Everyone in the world will have a world identification number. That is their goal. You need to have faith and strength if you plan to bow out from the system when it fully comes online. If you remember when the solution was rolled out, it wasn't really an option for you to not participate if you wanted to be a part of society. Once the world system agrees, everyone follows. When this new system comes online, it will be even worse, and it will come in phases. Understand, you just don't move from a collapse to mark of the beast. You are moved in phases.
Out of fear, you'll see people do that.
If you are watching this, what I'm trying to do for you is mentally prepare you now so when the time comes, you have already built up enough strength and faith in order to withdraw.
Well, I appreciate it, brother, but I'm on them already.
My prayer and hope for you is that you will have enough
I'm one of them.
to not be moved by fear.
I'm already hit.
This is the difference in being reactive and proactive.
We're going to come back.
I'm showing you that this stuff is here. And if you are prepared...
We're going to come back to this. But no, what y'all? Y'all going to get that world ID? Y'all going to get that? You going to get it in your hand? Personally, I don't know, man. About Starbucks, whatever it is, they already ahead of us. They ahead of time already, y'all. They already got the IDs in their hand, y'all. I'm finna show y'all something real quick. So, remember what I was saying and shit. And if you one of them, then you know what I'm saying, man. You know that bitch on the move. Where the moon at right now? Like somebody was telling me and shit. Somebody was telling me and shit like, Sean, go outside, go look at the moon. So we outside. We're gonna look at the moon. What it look like to y'all? The motherfucker look like a light. I like to look at it like the sky was like a black wall. And that was just like there's light behind that moon. What is the but we actually know the moon moves. But yeah, man, back what I was saying, man. Y'all gonna get that digital ID part 2.